Today, we're going to talk about 5 evergreen SEO tactics that just work. So in the last episode, if you didn't check it out yet, we gave our predictions and trends for 2023. I'll start with number 1 because I talked about it in the last episode. Number 1 is the 2 most important factors when it comes to SEO: good content and links. They still matter. Links maybe to a lesser extent, but I still think they're really important. But if you can't produce the best content possible, then what are you doing, right? Back in the early days when I first started doing SEO, I would try a lot of these gray hat things. I would try these article spinners. I would try all these things just to try to get the traffic, right? And I would repeatedly get torched over and over. And then I realized over time, it's just easier to work harder, create something that's actually good, and then build from the ground up. And then over time, I started to compound, and it's been the same deal with Neil.
Yeah, number 2, keep your content up to date. There's so much content that Google has to choose from indexing. Yes, quality content does matter, but you'll find that if you just update your content more frequently, like monthly, your rankings maintain better and they actually go up quite a bit better as well. And that's been working for a while now, for the last few years, and it'll continue to work like that in the future. Just look at Wikipedia. That's one of the reasons they rank so well.
Number 3, speaking of Wikipedia, your internal links still matter. And so the stronger your website, the more important it is to have a good site structure. And then, using breadcrumbs and things like that, or, this post is also related to these posts, or like if you're e-commerce, it's like this product is also related to, or these people also bought. You're making it easier for these crawlers to kind of crawl your entire website. So some people say like the concept of crawl budget is fake, but like, there's only so many resources that a search engine is going to spare on your website, right? And so the easier you make it for them to kind of, look through your stuff, the better, right? And so we've seen a lot of good examples of people leveraging the power of internal links. And so, kind of external backlinks from other websites, that's important, but internal links, you have to guide the direction for these search engines.
Number 4, content pruning. I know a lot of this tips that we're giving around content is because, search engines love content. When it comes to content, everyone thinks that more is better. That's not necessarily the case. If you prune and you start having less content, you'll find that it's easier to get higher rankings. There's a lot of junk on most sites. The older they get, the more junk you're going to have. There's a lot of pages that get literally 1, 2, 0 visitors, or a lot of pages on similar topics that should be combined. So either prune or combine your content. There's a great case study from about.com when they did this, how their traffic exploded. They ended up changing the domains into multiple different sites, but check out that case study. You can find it on the web, and that's a great example of what you can continually do to keep getting more traffic.
For number 5, if you look at some of the top content out there, let's use like a G2, for example, because it's a comparison site, right? So what tends to work really for almost any industry is, trends, statistics, right? So that's more top of the funnel. Trend statistics, those tend to do well. But also if you're kind of lower funnel, it's like alternatives or versus content, or, best software or best agency. That type of stuff tends to do really well. And what's to say that you can't rank for that, right? And so I think it's understanding, what works in your niche, but also understanding what humans tend to search for. And then once you do that, then you kind of just rinse and repeat across the board. And one bonus I'll give you is translation, but not necessarily everyone should do that. So we'll leave that for maybe later. And that's it for today. Please don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe.